provide that value as a real estate agent or as a real estate investor, working directly with a seller? How can you provide that value as somebody who don't have the experience that other experienced agents or investors might have?
Yeah, that's a tough nut to crack early on. One is leverage. One of my keys to growth in every aspect of my life, whether it be sales or investing, is definitely leverage. Early on, my very first flip, in the military, I had a very poor dad mentality, right? I was like, I'm in the military, secure job, I'll be able to retire. I literally had $2,000 in my savings account, and that was it. I was like, I didn't realize I was living paycheck to paycheck because I felt comfortable, right? Because my paychecks always came, and I had no problem with it. Until I realized, oh crap, if I don't get paid next month, if the Air Force kicks me out, like I don't have enough to last a month, so like it was a scary thought, man. And so when I jumped into real estate, being inexperienced, I needed to figure out how to add value. That's the whole point of real estate. If you don't focus on money, don't focus on transactions, just focus on adding value to people in whatever your niche is. Naturally, I found that, I found that I'm naturally inclined to the investing side. And I love the numbers aspect of it. I love the creation of generational wealth and the whole concept of just investing in general. Whenever I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, that whole idea of creating wealth, it blew my mind. Like it's funny to look back at it now, but the first time I read it, I was like, holy crap, you can buy a house, put a little bit of money in, and then it's worth more. Like I knew conceptually that was a thing, but I always just envisioned there was only so much money in the world, and it blew my mind, this whole concept of creating wealth. So going back to answer your question now, adding value is the key. So, if whatever circle you're trying to, be focused within, whether it's you're in a gardening club or you like cars or you like whatever, bubble gum, if there's a freaking bubble gum group, I don't know why I keep bringing up bubble gum, but like whatever it happens to be the guy that people want to talk to about it, be that person. And that comes back to education. So going back to the very first thing we talked about is you need to crush it early and like educate yourself to the max extent. And that's not just through traditional books, it's through networking. Networking is huge, so early on I would go to every real estate investing networking group that was around, because I wanted to be smart in that aspect. I wanted to be smart in that realm, and I wanted to know the local people who are the local players. Most of my clients are not local. Most of my clients are remote investors who are looking for short-term rentals along the Florida Panhandle. That's mostly who I cater to. But regardless, I wanted to be smart in the area. And so then I started my own meetup because I wanted to have a little bit more control. And, and when I run my own meetup, now I have a little bit more credibility because I'm the guy who leads the meetup. All that means is I started a thing on meetup.com, like that's it. Doesn't give me any actual authority, but, and then from there, it just kind of grew. And so like that was my big key early on, is educate myself. So whenever people are looking for help, I'm there to add authentic value. And it's something I authentically enjoy. If I didn't enjoy investing, I shouldn't be crushing myself in it. Like, just like, I'll bring up cars. Like, yeah, sure, I like a good car, but I'm not gonna be the guy to go to like these car shows and be like, oh, look, that's a Hemi, sweet. Like I don't know, like I'm not a car guy, so that's not my niche, and that's not something I could add value in. But I'm sure if I was a real estate investor or real estate agent and I love cars, you better believe that's where I'd be focusing my energy, because that's what I'm passionate about.